Welcome to the Macbeef-Banquet podcast. My name is Miles,
And I'm Henri.
and you're listening to the Macbeef-Banquet podcast. I'm sorry.
You held that together for a good 5
Yeah.
to 10 seconds. That's not too bad.
Definitely less than that. Sorry for that horrible introduction, but that's just how I'm feeling right now. And that is what you're going to expect in the future of this podcast and episodes.
Don't set your standards too high, and it'll be a fun time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Do not expect too much. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Are we ready?
Yeah. I'm ready.
Okay, good. Right now we are not in the same location,
Nope.
so the audio might be not as good as if we were in the same location. But fuck you.
Wow, I feel like that was geared towards me, and I would just like to say the hostility is a bit
Oh
much,
no,
so.
I wasn't saying it towards you. I was saying it towards the audience because.
Oh, I see how it is. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
So, if it wasn't mentioned already, but it definitely was, my name is Miles, and
Oh my gosh. And I'm Henri.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to. Okay, whatever.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's just gonna be us saying our names over and over again for this entire podcast.
That's it. Okay. To start off, I know it was already in the trailer, but I like to really drive it home what we do. This is like I don't really know, a comedic film review podcast, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that what?
I mean, pretty much, yeah. Kind of like we talked about, we just kind of like to watch movies, and so we figured we'd talk about them after we watch them, like most people. So, I mean, as far as like the review goes, I mean, we just wanted to talk about what we thought about it, what we liked, some of what we didn't like. I'm kind of big on trying not to make sure it's too much of a critique, because I know a lot about what goes into making films, or a certain amount. I guess it's definitely not easy. So anyone that can make a film, I think, should be proud of what they've done. So
yeah, and I definitely don't want to be too critical about movies, because I it's kind of hard for me not to like a film. I'm definitely seeing my problems nowadays. Like when I was younger, I'd like a film no matter what, but nowadays I kind of see more problems in movies. But I'm definitely still kind of in that range where it's hard for me to dislike a movie.
Right.
And so both of us worked together in the later years of high school on some short films. If, as you may know, if you're listening to this because of that, probably not. We made, hold on, let me pull it up right here. We made 4 short films on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
A whole
that
4.
was a whole couple months of our lives, and basically senior year, pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we might have done a little bit, I think, the summer before, but yeah, it was a fun time. Definitely learned a lot, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
We'll be able to get into that too in a little bit.
Oh
so
yeah.
we'll have fun talking about that.
We'll start with talking about the movie that we watched.
Yeah.
I watched it this morning.
I actually did too.
Sort of.
I guess afternoon.
Yeah.
Funny. I'm very punctual. What are you talking about?
So the movie we watched is called Swiss Army Man, and it is starring Paul Dano, Daniel Radcliffe, and directed by, hold on, I have it in my notes right here, Daniel Scheinert and Dan Kwan. So in the beginning of the film, one of the first like pieces of credits you see is called it reads A Film by Daniels.
Yeah.
And like all the main, like Paul Dano, Daniel Radcliffe, and the 2 directors both have Dan as their first name. So if you were wondering, that's what they meant by that.
Yeah, I definitely saw that, and at first I wasn't sure what that meant, but then after we saw the credits, I was like, that makes sense. So
yeah. And so essentially the synopsis of the film is a guy gets stranded on a deserted island. We think it's deserted. I mean, that could have definitely been like another part of the United States or whatever.
Hmm. Yeah.
And he is about to kill himself, and he sees a man washed up on shore, and so the rope breaks, and he oh yeah, spoiler alert for people who decide not to watch the movie. I should preface that because we're going to be talking about like the whole film, dissecting it in a way.
Yeah.
Um, and after the rope breaks, he goes towards the body and finds out that it's a dead man, and then the body starts farting. Um, and
Yeah.
kind of goes off from there. The body seems to be able to float in the water, like propel itself, excuse me, in the water. Um,
Yeah.
and so I believe he makes it back to the United States, or at a different part of the United States, whatever you want to believe. I
Yeah.
guess I'm guessing it's a deserted island that he's originally on, but
Right.
um, and then they just kind of have adventures throughout most of the film.
Yeah.
That's how I'd put it, but
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, it looks like he's kind of secluded, and then after they make it back to this wherever they're at in the United States, they kind of just they're in this one stretch of land for most of the film, and then at the end there's some drama with that.
oh
But
yeah. Um, so I've seen this movie before, and I liked it the first time, and I liked it the second time as well.
mhm.
But this was the first time you watched it, correct?
Yeah, I have not seen it before this point. I didn't even really know the premise of it, to be honest, before I watched it.
Oh,
So
that's so much better.
yeah, it really was. It really was.
Because before I had watched it the first time, I saw the trailer for it and was like, wow, this movie actually looks pretty good. And then I watched it and was like, wow, I was exactly what I was expecting, a pretty good, funny, odd movie. But what did you think of it?
Well, it was, yeah, it was really interesting starting off because, you know, uh, a lot of at the beginning, a lot of the I guess seriousness of it all was just undercut with like what seemed like fart humor at first, and
Hmm.
then like he's got this whole montage where like he's basically riding this body like it's a sailboat or like a motorboat, and he's just like
Yeah.
riding along, and then he ends up on the shore, and it's like, okay, I don't really know what to think about this, but then you get into it further, and while there are still occasional points where he'll pass gas, it's funny because like then you kind of get into really the humanitarian aspects of it, like the humanity of who they are, and
Hmm.
as this body starts to talk and do all these interesting things, kind of using him like a Swiss Army knife, really.
Yeah.
And the most interesting thing I think that I saw him do was when he was using his teeth as like a razor.
Oh
He was
yeah.
trying to like shave his beard, and I was like, I don't really know how that would work, but okay. It was also surprisingly smooth, considering that he probably had a lack of shaving cream. But
Yeah, definitely.
but
um.
yeah.
So you did like it, correct?
Oh yeah, I did like it.
Um.
It was there was a couple points at the end of the movie where I thought, what the heck is this movie? But but no, I liked it. I liked it for the themes that it had. I liked it for the characters that it had. That was really cool. You know, the idea is that we get into more of who this guy is, Hank, the main character who finds the body, and we kind of through like him, I guess, teaching uh, this dead guy how to remember what life was like, and then it really kind of reveals who he is for the most part. That's really cool, and that's something we can really connect with, I think, as people, because all of us are afraid sometimes, and all of us,
Mhm.
he's talking about this girl that he was nervous to talk to, and they're on the bus, and this bus that he creates, like he constructs this little bus to sort of simulate what that would be like riding on the bus every day, and he's like, the dead body asks him, he's like, what would you do, if this girl's sitting next to you, and he's like, I would hesitate and let her walk off, and it's just like, I can kind of relate to that because it's scary, you know what I mean? So there was definitely it was definitely easy to connect with it, even though it was very out there with what he was doing like physically. So it was pretty interesting,
Yeah.
I think. It kind of crept up on me a little bit because, like I said, at first it was weird, but after a while, it kind of I can sort of see where he's coming from. So that's what I really
Yeah,
liked about it.
at like the part where he's in the cave, he's kind of like projecting himself onto Daniel Radcliffe's character,
Yeah,
and kind of he's almost kind of like trying to change the past.
yeah,
Like
for sure.
since he fucked up, he's trying to change it so that the way he wanted it happened the way, he wanted it to happen.
Right.
Um which is kind of sad because in a way I think we all kind of do that in our mind. Oh, is that your phone?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, you're good. We all kind of do that in our mind. Like for me personally, I will tend to replay conversations or like make conversations in my head about conversations I'm going to have. Like for instance, starting this podcast, I thought of different ways, and that kind of prevents me from getting a lot of sleep because I'm always trying to think of what should I say here, what should I say there. Um, it's very tough
Yeah.
doing that because I overthink things.
Oh yeah. I definitely do that too. So,
It's not good.
well, yeah, well, it's good and bad because like it allows you to prepare for things a little bit more, but
Hmm.
at the same time, you can never really account for everything. So it's just kind of like
Yeah.
when something new happens, you're like, I should have thought about this, but then you didn't
It
really
can
think
it can
about it.
cause you stress as well.
Yes, yes, it
For
can.
me,
Plus,
for me definitely.
yeah, because I mean, if you're in your own headspace too much, too, sometimes you can just miss stuff, and then yeah, you're just overthinking it way too much, and it's just not a good look. But
You always want to look good, Henry. I know
oh
you.
yeah, I'm always concerned with my image.
um the ending though.
Yeah,
So what happens in the ending, if you haven't seen it already, again, spoiler alert, although it's been out for 3 years
three
now.
years now. Yep,
3 years.
yep,
um trying to think. Hank's character, not Hank's character, Paul Dano's character Hank, um he gets to civilization with Daniel Radcliffe's dead body.
yep,
Sounds so bad.
yep.
um and things turn sideways, and somehow Daniel Radcliffe's character is carrying Hank to the girl that Hank liked in her
Yes,
house,
yeah,
who she's I'm guessing married, and I mean, we don't know if she's married, but she's definitely with this guy, and they have a kid. And it's like one of my favorite things in some movies is when they push you into an uncomfortable feeling, like a sensation. They're like, this probably shouldn't be happening, but here you go. Here's the feeling for it. And they
yeah,
definitely did that with him, with the girl that he liked.
yeah.
Her finding her photos on his phone, like, why do you have these? And
Absolutely.
I just love when they put when directors put the audience in a bad like a bad situation.
Right. Yeah, they kind of frame it so that you have to acknowledge it when really a lot of people don't want to, because it's so uncomfortable. I really liked kind of to that point, the whole idea that Daniel Radcliffe's character, the dead body of what was his name, Manny,
Yeah,
um,
Manny.
like like he's the whole point is that he's forgotten what civilization was like, and um, he's almost like a child in the sense that he doesn't understand why some things are just seen as like inherently bad, like the whole farting thing. Like he just he's like, why is that bad? Like, why do people have to like hide their farts from each other? And it's just like this like thing that like society has just like these general like unspoken rules like about that sort of stuff, like, or like maybe not society but like your family, like your parents would teach you like not to do that in public, but like he's like, why is that a bad thing? Like, it's interesting because it allows us to explore why we think that every day. Because I mean, I don't know about you, but like when I'm in public, I'm not just going around farting as loud as I can and doing obnoxious stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like so he doesn't know. So it's just interesting because, like I said, he's almost like a kid, and it's just it causes us to re-examine sort of that for ourselves too.
And it kind of it's really interesting because Hank does pretty much the same thing as he was doing when he was unzipping the body, and
Yeah,
his dad kind of plays Hank's like Paul Dano's character, and is like, "Why are you doing that? Stop doing that. That's not that's not really cool to be doing that."
yeah,
And so kind of a role reversal of him doing something that he probably shouldn't be doing, and everyone giving him dirty looks, and um just kind of showing that society is kind of stupid
yeah.
and people play it up too much.
Mhm.
Um, and sometimes I don't even know what I'm saying, so it's perfect.
Yeah. I really wasn't sure watching it for the first time. I wasn't sure which direction they were going to take it because I've seen movies where, you know, um, it'll all be in someone's head, and in this case, like the
Hmm.
person wouldn't really have been alive. In other cases, he actually was, and then at the end, and at this point, I mean, if you haven't turned off because of spoilers, then
Yeah.
turn off. But it's like basically, all the authorities and stuff, and this girl that was on the bus is there now, and then this guy, Paul Danos' character, Hank, is like talking to this dead body because they stole it back from the autopsy and everything, and so like they followed him to this beach, and he's talking to this dead body, and they all think he's crazy, and then the body shoots off into the water all of
Hmm.
a sudden with its magical farts like it's a motorboat, and
Yeah.
which is hilarious, and um, and then it's just like smiling at Hank, and
Hmm.
and then like these people are like, what just happened? And
Yeah.
so
And
I wasn't sure if it was going to be like, oh wow, he actually had magical powers, or like it was all just in this guy's head, and
and
like
I'm so glad they took it the way they did, because
yeah,
I'm like, so many movies take it well, it was all in his imagination. Nothing magical can ever happen. And then this
right.
movie's like, yeah, but this could definitely happen.
This did happen, in fact.
Yeah.
check it out. Check out his magical motorboat powers.
So
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree because like I mean it can be powerful when like the realization that like oh Bruce Willis was dead at the end of Sixth Sense the whole time. Wow. um, nah, spoilers,
yeah,
but
but
yeah,
show us
no, but
something new,
right, yeah, no, yeah. So like it can be powerful, but yeah, this is different and it took a different direction.
Hmm.
And that was pretty cool. So I agree, that was definitely cool to see that.
Yeah. So we both really like the movie. Now, how about unless you had something else to comment on
I
the
don't
movie?
really have too much else to say. I liked the technical side of it too. I guess that was the lighting was kind of harsh in the beginning, and kind of got us softer a little bit um,
Hmm.
because he got more comfortable with the situation and where they were at. I also noticed just like the difference between color too. It's just really interesting because Daniel Radcliffe's character is a dead body, so he's like all cold and blue at first, and then um, uh, Paul Danos' character is Hank. He's like all kind of he's like a little bit more orange or red and kind of a little more lively, and just that
Hmm.
contrast, it was pretty cool. I noticed that, and then I also thought it was particularly interesting if you're looking at colors, just from a color standpoint. Like there's the shot where they're like crossing that little like rickety sort of bridge-like structure, and
Hmm.
he's got like I think he's got like a red shoe on, and he's got like a blue croc or something, which is kind of interesting, just because like I just felt like they were kind of like coming closer together, and they were kind of like a piece of each other a little bit,
Oh yeah.
even though you didn't know if it was all in his head or not. And so like and also I mean when they were like having the party and they were like drunk, which was
Hmm.
funny. The red light was shining on both of them, so kind of like it was like Daniel Radcliffe's character was really coming back to life, and so it was just interesting the technical side of things what they chose to do. And, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the
Good.
signs of that were pretty interesting. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's about it. That's all I really have to say.
Okay. Yeah. No. Thank you for your input.
I
Um.
definitely recommend it if people want to watch it.
Yeah. We
They
both
should. Yeah.
both recommend it. That was a really good movie.
Hmm. Of course, if you've gotten this far and you haven't seen it, you know what
What
the
the
ending
fuck's
is.
wrong with you?
But yeah, yeah. How dare you? No, but
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely check it out if you can. So
Yeah. So now we're gonna talk about our past projects, failed projects, projects that never came to fruition, that kind
which
of
is
stuff.
pretty much all of our projects. But no,
Yeah, we no that definitely there was more projects that we never completed or never started
yeah,
that um like are more than the projects we finished.
yeah.
Um so to start off, I guess let's talk about the one, the only Batman Begins again for the fourth time.
Oh gosh. Okay. Do you want to
Um
start this off or?
I can.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
don't remember whose idea it was.
I
It
don't
doesn't
either,
it doesn't really
actually.
matter at this point. Um
Yeah, we both wanted to
but
do it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, we both really wanted to do it, and I like what I really wanted to do because I was getting like all these ideas in my head of like we create a Macbeef-Banquet universe
yeah,
because that
that's right.
was so
That was
huge.
our ambition. Yeah, clearly we're gonna
Mhm.
do tons of stuff. But
And Batman Begins again for the fourth time was gonna be the first part of the universe, and it was gonna be like a trailer in another. So it was gonna be kind of like um, it was gonna connect in a way to another show that we wanted to do, and I still want to do the other show. So some stuff I don't want to talk about because I still think we can make it,
yeah,
or someone can make it, and I don't want to
yeah.
let that out.
Okay.
Um, But I guess what do you have to say about this?
It wa- well, I think that it was just I think it would have been really awesome if we had made it because it was just gonna be like in my opinion, I think it was just gonna be a nice little funny thing that we could do because it
Mhm.
was it was just a little parody trailer and I think I just imagine I don't remember if we had picked out music for it or not, but I just imagined like this awesome montage of just like this super epic music and then like the just struggle to even like get into costume
Yeah.
for like this guy as Batman and the whole idea being that he's not actually like you know normal Batman would be like he's just kind of like this guy
Mhm.
who's struggling basically to be Batman and
Yeah.
I thought it would have been really funny too so yeah
We did have music picked out, by the way.
we
It's
did
called Earthy Crust. It's a
Earthy Crust, that's right. That's a
yeah.
YouTube thing. Yeah. Um,
Yeah. I'm just
yeah,
looking
that's
over
right.
the script right now. Let's see. Some of my favorite lines I have to say are whatever, I will still crush your bat spine.
I
Um
forgot
and then
because
Batman's
you wanted,
like, I'm not a real bat, right?
yeah, that's right. Because I remember we were incorporating bat into like the lines as
Bat
much as
puns and all
possible.
that.
Bat puns and
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah, I'll still crush your bat spine. I forgot about that. But
Mhm.
yeah,
And part of the
um,
problem was we didn't have location. That was one of our problems. Because we couldn't get the location we needed for it, and we couldn't. I definitely like later found a good location, but we also needed actors to do it, and we didn't always have the actors to do it.
right.
Um,
I think too about it was like I don't know like how like high in like production value you want it to be, but like I also was thinking like super high scale, like I just wanted like I figured it would I was always kind of pictured it as like almost like a video you do for like a high school project. You know what I mean? Like that kind of like level where it was
yeah.
just like a fun little thing, that
hmm
we just did.
And what we wanted from it was probably it to be much higher value,
Yeah.
but that's just kind of how making short films in high school works.
Yeah.
Although I think one or two of our, I would say almost three of our short films that did make it out were actually pretty high quality, I have to say. But
I liked him. I mean, obviously, looking back at him, there's always things that I think I could have improved on that, or I could have done better with that. Um, but yeah, you're right. I think that I those are something I can be proud of.
hmm
Because like, hey, we did this, and I think the coolest one of the coolest things too is looking back and remembering what we worked on to get to that point. Like
hmm
what we had to do, and just the ideas we came up with and everything it was a fun experience.
Hmm.
And for anyone that's
Um,
interested in making films, definitely try doing something and see what you can come up with because you learn a lot from it. So
yeah, just doing it and kind of taking that leap. Um, it's really important that you follow your dreams. Talking about
that's
a
that's
Go
our little
ahead.
PSA for the way. By the way, it's a
Yeah,
little PSA for the
follow
day. Follow
follow
your
your
dreams.
dreams. Yep.
Yeah, because that's
Um,
not cliche.
let's see
What
what
else is
else
there?
I'm looking. Yeah, there's quite a bit here. We had an idea because we not only wanted to do comedy, but we also wanted to touch on some more dramatic um tones. There's this one like a really short thing I want to mention. It was called. I don't. We didn't even have a name for it. It was just about this kid named Michael and his friend named Ethan, and I can't remember. Someone died, I think. We were gonna.
Someone
We
died?
had we had filmed. No, not like in the story, someone died.
Oh,
Um, um, and we had filmed it in your backyard. Most of it, I think, or something.
wow.
I couldn't remember because it was getting dark and we couldn't film all of it.
Wow. I'm
Um,
gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna keep it 100% real with you, Chief. I have no
you
idea what
don't.
you're talking about.
Yeah, you
Wait,
don't remember that. Okay.
wait. Well, because like it was. Wow. Yeah, I don't really remember. That was that. Was this like in the wintertime? Because I don't.
Nope, that one was a different one. We'll talk about that
Yeah.
later.
Okay.
But
Okay.
this one was like during I want to say school. It was just about like this kid who was kind of depressed and dealing with some stuff. It was just kind of his
Okay.
friend kind of pulling him out of the
Okay. Actually, that does ring a bell
yeah,
a little
just a
bit more.
little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I just wanted to mention
Yeah.
it's just kind of like not every idea is gonna work, and
Right.
I don't know. I mean, we're not that good at being at finishing everything.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like a lot of that's my fault because like other thing too is that I get a little bit ambitious, and when it doesn't always match what's in my head. Like it just I just kind of like I almost like lose a little bit, and like I kind of have to like learn to not do that because like
Hmm.
I mean you want to at least put together something if you can, and then learn from it so that next time goes, which is I think something that probably a lot that make films worry about or deal with. But I mean, you know, so yeah, that's kind of part of that's on me. So
Yeah, but part of it's on me too because I definitely have very high ambitions when making things. Like I expect everything I make to come out pure gold
right,
and be liked by everyone.
yeah,
But it's not.
it's not
Um,
it's not going to be like that all the time.
yeah. A video titled I don't know if we were ever. I know you and I had recently talked about working on it again. It's called the Cold Feet video.
Yeah, that's right.
I definitely wanted to work on it again. Um,
Yeah,
we had shot most of it. We only had like one scene left to do, but we just never got around to doing that.
right.
Um,
Because you said you wanted to work on this a little bit more. Did you want to talk about it, or like
um,
what we had planned for it, or did you want to kind of keep
no,
that?
I guess I'll just leave it at the part. I'll leave it at this. We may work on this one in the future. We may not. If we think we may not make it, then we'll talk about it. But for now, we'll leave it at we may work on it, and I really do want to finish it because I thought it was actually quite good.
Cool.
Let's see some other stuff. We have a series of short films that we're going to be very comedic in nature. They're going to be probably posted on our extras channel, which is where I think I'll be posting the podcast
Yeah,
on YouTube. And these are called Skit Idiots.
skid idiots. That's right. Yep,
That's the
yep.
name we had come up for this series. Let's see. First episode was uh
Professionalism,
no.
or is that a different one? Because like I have
That's
that one on my computer.
that was the fifth episode
Wow, I'm
of
so out
this.
of touch
Yes, I
with
know we had planned on doing more than one.
Okay,
Um,
that's right. Oh,
let's
because
see.
yeah, you're looking at the notes. That's right.
Yeah.
I remember.
And at the time we did have one of our friends, Brian. I'm just gonna say his name is Brian for now. That's in case we do want to have guests on, we may have him. If I could get him,
Brian
he's
is
a
a
real.
real hoot. I will say that. He, yeah, he's quite the guy.
And we had him
Very
on
creative.
for, let's see, did he actually, the guest,
He was part of that,
and
yeah.
Jingle
And
Busters were
Jingle
the two
Busters.
that he helped out with.
That's right.
The
Yep.
other two was just you and I.
Right.
But for the first episode of Skid Idiots, let me just see. We're in the writer's room, and let's see. Yo, dog, hook me up with some snacks, boy.
Oh, that was the one that we did. We did get that one. We did get that. That's right.
Oh yeah, we filmed this
I was
one.
starting to edit it, but then I lost it on my computer because it was on the one I was working at my high school
Oh, before you got the
before.
Mac.
Yeah, before I got the Mac that I have at home.
Oh, okay.
Back up north or whatever there. Yeah, that was. I was originally working on that, and that was fun. I remember showing that to a friend of mine, in my film class, and she thought it was decent. She remembers
Decent.
you in it.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, she remembers you in it.
Okay, good.
She remembers you as toss me some chips, boy, guy. So
Pass me some chips, boy.
not even that, but
Um.
like pass me some chips, boy, guy.
Oh,
So like,
good. Yeah, that's
yeah, man,
actually my real name.
that is your real name. Don't
Mhm.
tell everyone that though, because now they'll hunt you down.
Well, they already know my name now because I said it. That it's
Oh
pass
well,
me some
shoot.
chips, boy.
Oh, guy.
Um. Yeah. And
Okay.
then the second episode was written by I think all three of us, or me and you. I don't remember. It was just us trying to present Brian as the third part of our troupe.
The of the team. Yeah.
Yeah. I recently started watching. Okay, it's a little bit off topic, but it's a little bit on topic. Syndigo, who came before Super Mega.
Okay.
And what happened with Syndigo is one of the members passed away, but before he passed away, it was Ryan and Daniel were
Yeah.
the founders or whatever you want to call them, the
Mhm.
creators of Syndigo, which I can kind of say was you and I, and then Matt Watson came into Syndigo much later, like towards the end of Syndigo, and that's kind of like Brian in a way,
Yeah.
where he was the third member, but honestly, we hadn't made as many videos as Syndigo did in their prime.
Right.
So it was kind of what do I want to say? Um, Kind of weird of us to make it seem like we were making so many videos, but we had only made I think one at the time,
Yeah.
one video at that time when we
Yeah.
were planning on releasing that one.
Yeah. We had big plans.
Yeah, huge plans. Let's
In
see. Third episode was I was trying to get Brian to write an episode and he never did. So that was the third episode. Let's move on to the fourth episode.
Well, the thing about Brian is that like he's very creative. He's very creative. Um, but like I also feel like he's probably kind of just keep going, thinking about this, and then just like it just kind of jumps from one idea to the next,
And he
which is very helpful, I think, because it, like I said,
yeah.
it creates some very original ideas, but
And he also was kind of hard to get to work on stuff, I would say. Like
just a little bit.
he's good at working, but he can also be a huge slacker. And I'm not trying to be mean to him because he definitely, I think he knows that he is kind of a slacker.
He's probably gonna hear this too and just try to like murder both of us. No, I'm kidding.
I'd like to see
Um,
him try.
I'll see him
Come
succeed.
come at me, Brian, with all you have. I dare you.
First podcast already inciting hate. Because why
Inciting
not?
fights.
Yes.
Okay, fourth episode was I think you wrote this one because it's got the word puntervention in it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Puntervention. Yeah.
Yeah, this has your name written all over it.
It
Literally, I
does.
don't see my name written in it at all.
It's
It's just Henry.
Henry over and over and over.
Yeah. I
Well,
I don't know why
shoot.
you wrote that. Uh, I just read Henry holds up a keyboard at the same time and presses on the control key. Or really, I've got this on control.
I think it's probably supposed to be under control. I don't know.
Oh yeah, probably under
I
control.
just
on control.
Um,
Yeah. But
I want to read the note one again because that's sounds really stupid.
yeah, just like read through this like 50 years from now, just like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
God, why did we make this?
Yeah, yeah. Which is the whole point of all of this, really.
hmm And finally, probably my favorite out of all of these is the fifth
Who's
episode.
the most confident in the one I was
And
most confident.
yeah, we had what shot probably like 80% of these.
We to be honest, we could probably still finish it the way we ended it, like so far, like what we have. I was actually reviewing this one like a couple months ago, and technically we could finish it if we wanted to. It would just take just a little bit of rewriting, but I also think it would be weird to upload it because it would just be episode 5.
Oh yeah, we'd probably just like release it as something. I think I think
Although that would be funny, I would say.
yeah, this was I think at the point that we were at was like these other four were not going to get made, so
Yeah,
I think we were probably just going to release this on our regular channel and just say,
right.
"Hey, this is also what we're good at." But
Yeah, which is funny considering that it's like meant to like kind of just completely parody like cinema because the idea behind it was that we were just making something that the premise is that we want to be more professional with our work, but then like it's completely wacky and zany and like does not work for an actual movie because it's continuity is terrible.
we
Just
were
like
um
yeah, just
we were
really
trying to
out
create like a
there.
live cartoon almost.
Basically, that was what we were trying to do because we were messing around with sound effects
It was
and
honestly just seeing us doing like,
freaking.
"Hey, let's see what sound effects there are and turn them into a sketch."
My favorite was that one where like you're going down the stairs and it's like one we it was like I think it was going upstairs, but we reversed it and like slowed it down and then like the pitch came down with it and it was just like this random do and just like
Oh yeah. Do
yeah.
do do.
Yeah, it's just like okay, what is happening?
Wow.
But you know what? Well maybe we'll finish that one and you guys can see what our brains kind of just throw onto the page.
um yeah. And from like this point cuz at the beginning as mentioned before, we were like at a point where we wanted to make well, I did anyway. I don't know about you how I felt about it, but the whole Macbeef-Banquet universe, we wanted to make that a thing.
Yeah.
But towards the end, we were like, that's not going to happen.
Yep.
Um, I don't know where I was going with this.
Probably towards future projects, I guess. I don't know. I just
Yeah.
work here.
Oh yeah. The other thing I wanted to talk about, I already closed it, but um, the thing that I was probably most excited for was the end of our senior year. Do you remember what we were working on?
No, actually, I'm trying to think. Oh, was it? Are you talking about? Um,
Let me pull it up. I'm trying
no,
to pull it up. It's
I don't remember.
it was we were making a senior video
Oh yeah,
for our senior class. Where is it? Here it is. I think. Um, we were trying to make a senior video, and I was, I really did like how it was turning out. We didn't have all the seniors in our. Oh yeah,
in
here
our
it is. I found it. It was class of 2018 docu-memories. I think
memories. Yeah,
is
that's
what
what
we
it
is
was.
what we had called it.
Yeah,
Um,
the idea being that we were trying to interview our senior class to see if we could talk to them about what their experiences were in high school, what their future plans were, and then it was going to be sort of like a time capsule type thing where we just
mhm.
save all that, archive that footage, and then kind of after we've edited it all together, edited, uh, and then kind of put it together and show it to everyone at like a reunion or something like that. But
Yeah,
yeah, like
I
Miles says, like you said though, not everyone participated. We had maybe I think 25%, I'd say at best, probably.
I would say less than that, but
Yeah,
yeah, it was
probably. Yeah,
actually it was a good amount, I would say.
we had some good people turn up and watch
hmm
or and talk to us, so that was cool.
Part of the problem was um a lot of our like senior class, a lot of our classmates were just not into helping, I would say.
Yeah.
Not to hate on anyone, but
This is our
Not
chance
to
to
be
throw
rude.
shade at everybody that we used to.
Yeah. But if we did finish this, like I mean, we still could, unless you like deleted all the footage to cover any
I don't.
incriminating
I don't
thing.
remember. I think I have it on the Mac at home, but I'll
Wow.
have to check on that. I'll have to check on that because I don't remember. It's either there or it's on my old computer at my film class. And if it was there, then it's gone. But let me see what I got. I'll see what I got.
Okay. It's not a huge problem because it's not like we're gonna do anything with it because we don't have all the
Right.
students. Because
Anyway, yeah.
if it's less than 25% of the senior class, then that really doesn't represent the
No,
senior class,
like we wanted it to. Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I'll just be sad for all the people that were so excited for it.
I know. Some people were like, "Wow, this is really you
This is really
guys.
cool.
Thank
Yeah,
you."
yeah, yeah. And then yeah.
It was never
Well,
made.
it won't really turn out, fortunately.
Yeah. So I'm sorry for those of you who are listening who were
But don't blame us.
a part of that. Blame
Blame
your
your
classmates.
classmates.
Send them
All
hateful
their fault.
emails.
Just hate messages. Create a bunch of fake social media accounts. Just like hate on them. I don't know.
It's a real good idea,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. Or egg their house. I don't know. No, I'm kidding.
Egg
Don't do
their
that.
house. Let's
I'm
see.
I'm gonna get arrested for inciting hate crimes. I'm kidding. Don't do that, people. Please don't do that.
Yeah. Let's see what else I have. I think that's about all I have besides stuff I don't want to talk about. Some of this stuff,
But
um,
Miles, the idea of the film Swiss Army Man is to explore some of those uncomfortable subjects.
they're not uncomfortable. They're just stuff I don't want to say in case we do end up making them.
Oh, okay. Then that's fine.
So let me close all these freaking tabs I have open for this. And why don't we get to the next wonderful portion of the podcast? Unless you have something else to add, of course.
I like and that's all I have to say.
Oh, I do want to talk about the ones that were actually uploaded to the channel as well before we continue on. Sorry. Um,
Go ahead.
so the four that are up there is let's see. It started with the guest, Alone, Robert and Ernest, The Reckoning, and and Jingle Busters.
And Jingle Busters. Those last two.
Oh yeah. So what happened was we filmed Alone during the summer before our sophomore year,
Mhm.
freshman, sophomore, junior, before our junior year, I think. Maybe it was senior year. I don't remember. It's been what, a year now.
Mhm.
Um, and we filmed most of Alone. We didn't actually finish editing it, or I think we still had some things to work on, but we didn't finish editing it until school had already started and we had already finished because the guest was another love child of ours that I like that one and would remake it if I could,
Mhm.
with like better quality, better editing.
Right.
That was a good one. But we uploaded the guest first because we had finished it first, and then we uploaded Alone, which arguably is probably one of my least favorite anyway.
Alone is.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
because I was pretty ambitious with it.
It
Um,
it had its issues. We had some help from other actors, and that was
yeah. I
uh,
mean,
it was okay. But no, they did a good job, and I was happy to work. And
uh
yeah, we learned a lot from it though too, because like at least we finished it, which is more than we can say for a lot of our other projects,
oh
and
yeah, at
that
least
which I'm
three.
proud of. At least three. Yeah.
And then you and I made Robert and Ernest, The Reckoning.
Hmm.
How do you feel about this one? Because I know you've talked about it before.
Well, okay. So the biggest thing is that I just don't want it to send out. Well, I don't want to send out the wrong message first off, because I think, um, like I think the premise of it is that well, who was my character? My character was Ernest, I think,
Ernest, I
and
think,
yours is
yeah.
Robert. Now, I
Yeah.
think the joke about it was that, well, first off, the joke on the name was that it was based off of Bert and Ernie,
Hmm.
which is Sesame Street. But then it also it was just two friends, and I think my character was, I
In
think,
love
in love
with
with
Bert,
with Robert.
Robert. Yeah.
Now, yeah, and
I mean, it's
yeah,
kind of like writing our own fan fiction,
I
but
guess, yeah,
unintentionally because
yeah,
we just kind of wanted to. It was a funny story, like especially the end, which
yeah,
you can kind of tell that your dad wasn't there. Spoiler alert
yeah,
if you haven't seen it yet. It takes like 3 minutes to watch the whole thing, but
yeah. It's just yeah,
um, it's a good ending. I really did like that one. Now the last one, Jingle Busters. We were like,
actually.
what?
Before you get to that point,
Go
just
ahead.
wanted to say, yeah, like I said, my character was in love with Robert, and just like to clarify, I'm not actually gay, but I was pretending to play someone that was in love with, you know, someone else. So just wanted to kind of clear that up. And obviously, I don't think that being gay is a joke or anything like that. I just want to make sure everyone's clear on that, so I don't get any hate messages. No, but for real, I just wanted to make sure clear. Yeah.
Sorry, I wanted to see how you do with that.
Yeah, sorry.
Good job. Jingle Busters. Um, I love you, man.
Love you too, bro.
um, Jingle Busters was made in the span of an afternoon. Well,
Mhm.
I think the editing took a little bit longer, but
Yeah.
um, it was written by Brian.
Yep.
With like a little paragraph, and that was it. And it only took one take. It took a lot of time to set up and edit, but actually no, it didn't take long to edit at all because it was all one scene, one thing pretty much. It wasn't too hard.
Yeah.
I like it for its comedic effect. I the quality isn't too good just looking at like this the excuse me, the thumbnail.
Yeah.
And you and I had wanted to make a sequel to this actually, a much grittier kind of
Yeah.
sequel. We didn't get around to making that one though either.
Yeah. It. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing I loved most about it was that we just did it all in one take.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't even think we set up for multiple takes. Like it was all just done in one shot, one take, and um, it was. I thought that was really funny. I
Yeah, we're
also
like,
thought it
yeah,
was
that's
really
good.
funny because in like most of the videos that I think we ended up publishing, my character always died,
Oh yeah.
and that includes this one because I was the elf, and like you were Santa, and you were like smoking a candy cane and doing a whole bunch of random
Oh yeah. It was
stuff
good.
like that, and then you were shooting Nerf gun.
Mm-hmm.
So
Let's
there
see,
was
the
that.
guest you died because you were the victim.
I was
Alone
the
you
victim.
died. We both died
Oh, and we
actually in
both
that one.
died. Yep.
Robert and
And then
Ernest was a
my
broken
dad left,
heart.
and I was brokenhearted. So,
Yeah, and then Jingle Busters you got shot.
and then yeah, and Jingle Busters I got shot. So like, I guess we just hated on my characters. I guess I
Mm-hmm.
don't know.
Yeah, they
That's
weren't
just
very
how it
good.
goes. But yeah,
Yeah, they weren't very good.
yeah.
Um, do you have anything else to say on that subject?
No, I do not.
Okay. Well, thank you for what you had to say on Robert and Ernest. We were kind of just having some fun. We weren't trying to, be rude to anyone.
Yep, yep.
Um
If it offends anyone, I'm sorry.
yeah, if it
You know,
offends
we were
anyone,
just messing around.
we apologize.
We support people
Um
of all sexualities and whatever
yeah,
they want to be.
we
Um,
love gay people.
yes, yes, we do.
Sorry.
Along with everyone else.
Yeah.
And you gotta be careful of what you say. You don't want to send the wrong message. So, yeah.
Mhm.
And if anyone would love to reach out to us or has questions about that, feel free to do so.
Mhm.
Is there a way people can contact us?
Well, if they're watching it on YouTube, they can leave a comment. If they're listening to it with Anchor, they can send a voicemail. If you're, I don't know how to work the other ones because Anchor FM is what I'm gonna use to like send all the episodes out to all the other podcasting websites and softwares and all that jazz.
Yeah.
But you can pretty much just go to our YouTube channel and contact us there if you have any questions or something.
Yeah.
Leave a comment on any video,
Mm-hmm.
or preferably our podcast,
I'll
since they're the
probably take
ones.
comments on our videos, so more
You'll
the
what?
merrier. What?
You'll what?
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say anything.
You'll what? The fuck did you just say?
Excuse me. Excuse me. Ma'am.
All right.
Ma'am. You're being hostile.
All right. So to speed up a little bit of time, we're gonna move on to my favorite part of the evening, and that is film and TV trivia.
Now, is this just going to be trivia based off of the movie that we watched, or is it just going to be just overall basic generic?
Well, unbeknownst to you, I've included 2 questions based on the movie.
Okay.
And it's kind of just whatever you want to do. If you want to include questions about the movie, you can, but
Yeah.
I didn't try to include all 5, like make them all about the movie, because that'd be kind of boring.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you 5 questions, and if you get them right, if you get more than half right, I'll suck your dick. Okay, first question.
Okay.
What what
I hope I get them all wrong. Go ahead.
what is Daniel Radcliffe's favorite film of his?
His favorite film, like that
Yeah.
that he's done,
Yeah, that
or
he acted in.
that he acted in. I'm gonna say. I'm probably gonna say it's one of the Harry Potter films. Just guessing. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say number 4, just because that's my favorite. I don't really know, but what
Okay.
was it?
It was Swiss Army Man.
It was actually Swiss Army Man. Okay.
Yeah, that was his favorite film that he starred
Really?
in. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's cool.
And there's actually just a little side comment. He's actually starring in a new movie where I forgot what it's called, but it's a character who has guns for hands.
Okay. Okay.
It looks really good. And
Do you know what it's called?
I don't remember. If you just look up Daniel Radcliffe and
You can
Guns for
probably
Hand,
find it, yeah.
yeah. But that does look like a good movie, and I want to watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Next question. For Swiss Army Man, directors Dan Kwan and Daniel Scheinert said they wanted to make a movie where the first what makes you laugh and the last what makes you cry.
Let's see. The first. So the first
Blank makes you laugh, and the first blank makes you cry.
I would say probably the first. Are they going to be the same word? Are they going to be different?
Yes, they are the same word.
They are the same word. Okay. Where the.
I'll give you a hint. It's like the main focus of the film.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the important things that happens in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
It happens at the beginning and happens at the end.
Gotcha. I'm just like trying to think. It's like, what would make you laugh and cry? Like the first, because it happened.
Well, I guess focus on what would make someone laugh. That was in that movie.
Which would be probably the fart. I'm guessing.
Yep. And that was the correct answer.
Cool.
It was the first fart makes you laugh and the last fart makes you cry. The first time I watched it, I believed I cried, actually.
Okay.
Because it was just a heartfelt.
It was
a heartfelt moment.
An emotional time.
Mm-hmm.
It was. All right. What else you got?
Third question: who was the first female monster to appear in a movie?
Oh wow.
Like, it's kind of easy. There aren't too many female monsters.
Yeah, I guess not. I'm just thinking like back to like, because this is going back to the beginning. Like first,
It
I'm
is a
gonna
black and
say.
white film.
I'm gonna say. What is it? Bride of Frankenstein.
Correct. Good
Nice.
job. Ding, ding, ding.
Heck yeah. I'm
Um,
just that good.
all right. Number 4. The first movie given the title Blockbuster was which film?
First movie given the title Black. Oh, I think we might have gone over this history. I think my teacher's gonna be mad at me. We might have actually. I don't know. First blockbuster.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say. Gone with the
What'd you say?
Gone with the Wind.
That is incorrect.
What
I'm
you got?
sorry. It was Jaws.
It was Jaws. Okay, so it'd be later then. Okay.
Yeah. And since it's not just film trivia, we got a TV trivia at the end here.
TV trivia. What you
Number
got? Okay.
5, in Seinfeld, what superhero is depicted in every episode with an image or a reference?
Oh, actually, oh shit, I don't know this one. I'm gonna say since clearly I don't know it. Um, uh, Superman, I guess.
Wow. Good job, Henry.
I
You
got it
got
wrong.
you got it right, dude. That
Oh,
was
did I really? That
Superman.
was.
Yeah, you got it right. Sorry, I didn't I thought I was gonna make that
Yeah,
clear.
yeah. No, no.
Um,
I just figured you're gonna make a joke like, "Wow, Henry, you got it
no.
wrong." No. Okay. Wow.
You
I
got
totally guessed. I need to watch more.
3 or more, so I guess I put it in our contract that
No,
any
no.
punishment that we put into any prize you win during trivia has to be completed, or else you're fired. So I'm sorry, Henry, but this has to happen.
No, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I am exiting the company. So,
You're actually making noises. I can hear them.
yeah, sorry, my mic disconnected.
Oh, okay. So I guess that just about wraps it up for this podcast, this episode.
Yeah.
Um, you can. Oh yeah. Before I say where you can find it, why don't you say what we're gonna be talking about next week? We're gonna be watching.
Okay. We'll be watching next week. So next
Hmm.
week we're going to be watching a movie called Children of Men.
Oh my
Now,
gosh, I have never seen this, and I wanted to watch.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Sorry for interrupting you.
No, you're good. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's a no, it's a good film. Trying to remember the year it came out. Actually, I don't have my notes. I think it was 2015, but I don't remember. I'll have to double check on that. But yeah, it's a good movie. Very interesting. So
Okay.
I don't know if it's on Netflix right now, but it was at one point. If not,
So,
we
do
can.
you don't know what if it's on it or not?
No, I don't
Okay.
remember. I don't think it's on there anymore. But
So then
uh,
why did you say it?
to be honest, I didn't know I had to pick it by now. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I don't think it's on there anymore, by the way.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, I'm looking. I don't think it is.
Okay.
Good job. Good
Well, I
job,
didn't
Henry.
know. I didn't know. You never told me.
Yeah, I don't think it's on there anymore.
All right.
But we can go on Netflix right now and pick one.
Ugh. I don't
This
have the
is a
means
movie.
to.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't. I don't have the means to do it right now.
Fine. Let me Okay, I'll read through a list. How about that?
Sure. Go ahead.
How does that work for you?
That sounds good.
The let me just say to the audience, we're still a new podcast and are figuring out what we're doing.
Yep.
Let me go to my list because my list has quite a lot of things I want to watch in there. Unless it for some reason signs me out. Oh god, what's happening? Okay, you know what? Let's go to movies. Let's see what's there. This is good. This is really
This is
good.
yeah. We're so professional and established.
I guess while this is happening, I'll talk about I know that what I want to do for months like October, I want to watch Halloween movies.
Yep.
And I want to maybe during like the holiday months, like December, we watch Christmas movies then, or it
Right.
doesn't have to be specifically Christmas movies.
Like Die Hard.
Yeah, like Die Hard. That is a Christmas movie.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm looking still. How about we watch? Well, I'm not trying to pick. Okay, I'll read through a list of things. Let's see. There's Pulp Fiction,
Good one.
Clockwork Orange. Um.
Yeah. That movie's interesting.
Oh yeah. Maybe not that one. The Men Who Stare at Goats.
And Goats. That's a good one. What else you got?
Hold on. Sorry. Let's see. What else do I have here? I have Empire Records. I don't know if you want to like. This was kind of like an artsy film. I don't know if you wanted to continue with that trend or because there's another one called Ex Machina that's also kind
Ex
of a
Machina's good. Yep. I've
artsy
seen
film.
it.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Room.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can do Ex Machina. Sounds good.
Great. That makes me real sad, but we'll watch it anyway.
Well, fine, Miles. Gosh.
No, it's fine. You picked it. We're gonna watch it.
Okay. Well, you know what? Sounds good.
All right. So it's on Netflix as of August 15th, and it's called Ex Machina. Look it up and watch it before the next episode, and
We'll talk about it.
yeah, we'll talk about it. That's a really good idea to
Yeah.
talk
Thank
about
you.
it. Let's do that. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Why don't you sign us off
All
for
right.
this
So
episode?
I'm Henry, and this is my friend Miles. This is a Macbeef-Banquet podcast, where we are reviewing movies and I guess TV shows too.
Mhm.
And just talking about cinema. So thank you for listening, guys. If you have any comments or suggestions, you know where to find us. You can find us on Facebook. And then yeah, that's pretty
Oh
much all I have
yeah,
to say.
yeah.
Yeah,
And sorry, I
you're
told
good.
you to sign off, but you weren't doing a good enough job. So it's it's on
Wow. Thanks a lot, Miles.
the podcast is on YouTube. It's on
Yeah.
hopefully it'll be on other podcast apps and websites and all that. As soon as I'm done with all like figuring it out. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay. That was really good.
That was no. It was
What?
that was terrible. Okay, I did way better.
You did.
Okay.
I mean,
No, I didn't. All right. Okay. But yeah, no, that's the end of the podcast. Thanks for listening.
thanks for
I already
listening
said that.
and fuck you.